there's just not excuses. You just have to make it work.
There should be no reason that you should say, I don't know, because there is so many brokers and assistant brokers that if you will go to them and you will talk to them and you will serve them.
Success Superstars, episode number 164. My special guest, Kim Umber. Kim, welcome.
Good morning.
Well, thanks for coming up. Tell us a little bit about your community.
So Midlothian is an up and coming, it's a beautiful place, and I cover Waxahachie also, and down in that southern region.
Yeah, great area. Now, you're fairly new to Texas, and you made a big move from Arkansas. Tell us a little bit about that.
So in 2019, we sold our home and moved to Texas to be around our kids and our grandkids. And now we're building a generational homestead with them on land in Midlothian.
Wow.
Moving to Texas was not ever in our thoughts. So when we were called to move here, we felt like it was exactly the perfect plan to listen to. So obedience was what we were doing.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't know anybody. I didn't have a circle of influence.
So you had no circle of influence, no sphere, and here you are in real estate, and a global pandemic is about to start. So a couple of things that really impressed me about your story is no excuses, no complaints, adding value to the customer. Let's unpack those a little bit.
Yes.
Have you always had a mindset that there's just not excuses? You just have to make it work.
There should be no reason that you should say, I don't know, because there is so many brokers and assistant brokers that if you will go to them and you will talk to them and you will serve them. So see what somebody else needed was my heart. And I believe serving is the number one thing. So that's exactly where we started. And walking where I was in an RV park, because we sold everything and moved into a fifth wheel so that we could start this journey to transition. I walked the RV park. So when someone says I can't, that just blows my mind.
And what I learned from you is you came from a place of service. How can I be of service? How can I help? What value can I bring to the marketplace? And did that always come naturally to you? Did you learn that in other jobs or business opportunities?
When you think about it, if customer service isn't your key, from the time I was a hotel manager till I went to be a bank manager, till I went into title business development, and now as a realtor, it is the number one thing that if you don't care about the customer more than the dollar bill, then it's not the right focus.
Right. Now, how did you go about, because you really, other than your children and grandchildren, you really didn't have connections in sphere. How did you start to build your relationships here?
So March 1st, we started with JPAR. March 8th, everything closed down.
The whole country.
Done. And so I had a mentor, and Tony Snodgrass was my mentor. And he said, do this. And you know what? I did every single thing he said. And I trusted that he knew, he had been in the business and he knew Texas and I didn't. And so I listened to him and I trusted him. We started with Buffini and we paid the money. And we became pros and we started doing the pop buys. We started doing every single letter. We wrote the notes and we walked every neighborhood that anybody would give us an open house. We did over 20 open houses last year, and every single home that we went to do those open houses, we walked the neighborhoods and gave out invitation to those open houses.
Wow. So you're no stranger to hard work.
No.
And was it hard?
Yes.
Did you ever want to give up or quit?
No. In fact, that's my saying to my grandkids is never give up. So don't give up. I mean, why? You got into this. I got into this to serve people, but also looking for those opportunities. So every time I was at a restaurant or every time, and hardly was at any restaurants because of COVID,
Right.
but every time I thought, oh, I need to get to know them. It was all about getting to know the people, not about them buying a house.
Right. And you also had a bigger purpose, though, to create your multi-generational home and plot of land that was a bigger purpose for you that helped you serve more.
Yeah, that's the why.
Right.
So you got to know your why. Why am I digging in every morning and getting up at 6 and making sure that I listen to you every day, 8 a.m.?
Right.
Because I didn't even know JPAR.
Right.
I didn't know what you stood for.
You
So
didn't know anything.
I didn't
Right.
know anything. So I needed to get to know who is Mark Johnson.
Right.
Who, what training do we have? We had training every single day.
Yeah. Now, let's come back to this not wanting to quit, though, because when it gets hard and when it gets tough, you did have this bigger why. But in those moments where it was tough and you wanted to maybe throw in the towel, how did you work through it? Is it just an attitude? Is it just built into your nature? Or did you have to reach out to Tony and others and help them kind of pull you along?
So I called people that were already successful. I called another broker. Her name was Laura. I called another broker. Her name was Lana. And I called them and I would say, how do you do this? Because I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know the right way. So I didn't just lean on myself, though I would not listen to negative things in my head. Saying, gosh, this is hard. Who cares if it's hard?
So you would redirect that thought. Hey, the thought may come in. Hey, this is hard.
Yeah.
But you can say, yeah, it is, and I'm going to succeed. And
Yeah.
no one said anything was going to be easy.
No. And after you're 3 weeks into a contract and it starts getting tough before you go to closing, just get tougher.
Yeah, I love it.
Look into the contract. Look at things. Look at how they're saying and see how you can help with whatever it is. Maybe it's the appraisal, because that's been the crazy for a while.
In the military, we used to pick people we would want to be in our squad, and you're the kind of person we'd want of our squad because you don't give up. Yeah. Now, as you look at the future, as you look at now that you've gone through some of the tough things, how does the future look for you?
Okay, number one, it's been incredible. So we worked every single open house and every single contact, and our follow-up was right on. So last November and last October, when we were working and talking to people that you would never have dreamed, well, we're listing their properties. We just sold one last weekend in one day. We've got another listing coming up. And for me to be as new as I am, I know that listings are treasures. And so the buys, right now we have 7 closings. They're all going to happen in the next few weeks.
And that all came because you invested and built a solid foundation.
Referral after referral after referral after referral.
Congratulations.
Some from military folks, some from our family. And we love those treasures of people that give us that kind of trust.
Yeah. And building trust comes back from your approach of serving. How can I help?
It's got to be serving.
Yeah. What value can I bring to the marketplace?
And I've got to serve the other agents. Like if somebody's in another state, we need to serve each other. And I might have a need. I might have somebody that wants something. I have somebody in Memphis that needs a house here. Yeah,
you have a referral in or a referral out. And we get a lot of referrals coming now from this program amongst agents because they get to know you and those kind of things. Well, what else would you like to share with our audience before we wrap up today?
I just have heard too many negative things, like I can't do it, or this is hard, or man, what do I do now? So adjust. So I figured it out that last year was one kind of adjustment. And this year, we've got to be ahead of the curve. We've got to look for ways to get our customer cash buys. So one of the things that you had set up was Homeward. I've already been through all the training and I've already done 2 contracts.
Awesome.
So, but I do treasure my lenders. So caring about all the people that make your business, continue to care.
Because they really are part of your team.
Yes.
Right? Your lender's part of your team, your title rep's part of your team, your closing it, all of those, your home inspector, they're really part of your network.
Protect them.
You have to protect, you have to have each other's back, right?
Yes.
Well, great. Well, how do people get a hold of you if they want to send a referral your way?
They can look on my website, gnkhomerealtyteam.com, or call Kim Umber at 817-907-5672.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. Congratulations on your success. You know, it's so inspiring to see someone who's just come and overcome against all odds, right? Against all the odds, right? The odds were against you, right?
I don't feel like the odds were against me. I feel like I had opportunities at every corner. I just needed to find them.
There we go. So congratulations on your success. Thanks for coming and joining us today.
Thank you.
And sharing your story. And that's a wrap for this episode. And until we see you again, may your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears. Take care.